AFC West is coming to the ultimate showdown. It is coming to the end of the season, and it is going to be, it's shaping up to be a wild finish. It really is, because you've got 4 teams in the Kansas City Chiefs, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Denver Broncos, who are all vying for playoff spots here, potentially. And the AFC is kind of wild too, in the totality of things. But just this division alone, you have 4 teams that, quite frankly, are all sitting in pretty good fashion. Like you got the Chiefs at the top at 8-4, the Chargers at 7-5, the Raiders and the Broncos rounding it out at 6-6. Now, it's important to note that, each of these teams has had kind of like different trajectories. I mean, the Broncos and the Raiders both started off 3-0. And then you had the Chargers, who, they just, with their 4th down thing, they've just been coming together. The Chiefs, they had a rough, I think, what were they, 3-4, 3-5 to start off the season, and now they've won, 5 straight. So it's been kind of a wild finish so far. They have been absolutely taking care of business, the Chiefs have, but also the Chargers are coming away, have won 3 straight, and somehow getting it done. The Raiders, started off 3-0, beating 3 quality teams to start out the season in the Baltimore Ravens, the Steelers, the Dolphins, and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Dolphins, I think that was more at that point in the season. It was more impressive because of the fact of what we thought they were going to be, and that was a force in the AFC. I've still quite yet to see it, but the Dolphins, I don't think they're off as far off as a lot of people put them. But I will say, you've got, finally also, by the way, you have the Broncos, who have won 3 out of their last 5. So this entire division is just going to be wild. Now, I'm really interested to see how, this could possibly be one of those cases where you have 2, possibly 3 teams going to the playoffs here. I would say, of what I'm just looking off right now, it looks like the Chiefs and the Chargers are probably going to be in the playoffs, just from what I am seeing. And I'm really excited because I feel like the Chiefs, that's not necessarily a shocker. In the Super Bowl last year, won it the year before. And I think, when you take a look at the Chiefs, they're just too talented not to be in this conversation. We know that. But if you look all around, this entire division has just been tough the entire year. And it's been a lot of ups and ebbs, flows, backs, forths, whatever you want to call it. But overall, just these 4 teams are just going at it, and every single week for a playoff spot, and I love it. I love it. This is one of the toughest divisions in football. Nobody talks about it, but it truly is. I think if I had to pick a weak link right now out of the division, it's tough. But I would say the Broncos, obviously the Chiefs and Chargers are tough. The Raiders, again, started off the year off 3-0, just beating people left and right that were just tough teams. Now, they did have some rocky starts, or some rocky games after that, excuse me. But, they're still a tough teams. The Raiders are a lot like the Vikings, my Vikings, because you just don't know what team you're going to get. You're either going to get the team that beat 3 playoff teams, what was it, from last year, or at least that were projected to be, or whatever it was, to losing 20-9 to the Chicago Bears, and then also beating the Cowboys this year. Like, you don't, it's like the Jack in the Box. You just don't know what you're going to get. Like, you're excited, you're up, down. Like, so many Raiders fans have been in the comment section. We love all you guys. Thank you. But, I feel like it's been rough for you guys. But, hey, I'm a Vikings fan. I know how you guys feel. At least you guys have Super Bowls. At the end of the day, this entire division is tough. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this all kind of goes out, continues to finish out here, because I think you could see potentially 3 teams from the AFC West make the playoffs. Like, I don't know. That's pretty wild if you ask me. And, we're talking about life and football is like a game of inches. I think, what was it, the Al Pacino speech that, you love it. Love that. One of the greatest speeches of all time. You love Al Pacino, Any Given Sunday, great movie. But I think, life in football is a game of inches. If you lose an inch here, it could be the difference between your season. Vikings laid us lost to the Lions. But, you look at each of these teams, you win a game here, you lose a game here, it could mean a lot of difference. And I think for teams like the Raiders specifically, I think if we're going to do a video about this later, but they're in a position where they've got to do some fighting out to finish out this year. But I think they can do it, especially with how talented they are. But all 4 teams here in the AFC West are vying for a playoff spot. It's going to make for an interesting finish. And I think all 4 teams are making a case that, they're all here to prove it, why they should all, or at least one of these teams, should be crowning themselves for the AFC West and a potentially deep run for in the playoffs. And I think it's going to make for an interesting finish. And I'm really excited to see how this division pops out, because again, 1 or 2 games here, it just makes all the difference. When the Raiders lost to the Chargers, that really put a lot of different things in perspective in terms of the division. And that's true for this entire division, though, not even just that game. So really excited to see how this division finishes out. It's been a lot of fun keeping up with it all year, and let's have fun with it. Playoffs are coming up, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome, and we love every single one of you. Check out our website at thesportsbriefpodcast.com. In the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. We'd greatly appreciate it. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything you'd like us to cover, make sure you send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com of what that is, or leave it in the comment section down below, and we would be glad and love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the AFC West shaking out for a wild finish.